Hello everybody, today we're going to look at this kind of interesting problem where you have to simplify this big product of all these sums of different powers of 2 and 3. Now there's a few different ways you can approach this, but I think before I begin I just want to say that not only is this technique quite useful for maths challenges, I think it also, whenever you have something like probability or combinatorics where you have this long products, repeated products, sometimes you're looking for a way that simplifies something, that tells you something deeper, and I think this is also really useful for that. So the first thing that I tried to do is I tried to just start expanding these out, and I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll spot some kind of pattern, and I'm not going to do that here, but I did do that, and I did start to find some sort of pattern, but I didn't think that was the best approach. And then I spotted something else. Well, hang on a second. These are all even powers. So it's kind of like a sum of squares. And I thought, okay, we've got sum of squares. Maybe this has got something to do with the difference of two squares. And then I thought, okay, well, what could I choose? What could I choose to be the difference of two squares? So anyway, let's copy this. Let me try and copy this. So there we go. And then we can see what we can multiply it by. You might have already guessed what the factor we're going to multiply it is. I'm going to multiply it by 1, which is 3 minus 2. Now let's see why this works. 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. This is actually just the difference of two squares. So this first term is just going to become 3 squared minus 2 squared. Well, hang on a second. This second term now is going to become 3 squared plus 2 squared. So that just turns into a difference of two squares. So then we get the next line. And this is just going to keep on going, All right. This is going to eventually go all the way up until we're left with the very last one. And what's the very last one going to be? It's going to be 3 to the 64 minus 2 to the 64 times by 3 to the 64, add 2 to the 64. If we multiply this out, we are going to get 3 to the 128 minus 2 to the 128, which is a ridiculously big number, but it's written in a pretty simple form. So that is how you do it. These products, all these products here, you use this technique and it kind of telescopes them off, and then you're left with that. See if you can come up with your own examples where then maybe the numbers aren't 2 or 3. Or maybe even start with something like this and then see if you can work backwards. And there are some really, really cool problems to do with that. If you found this helpful or interesting, please hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, subscribe so you won't miss the next video.